This image is the last time I ran the Tokyo Marathon. I was a lot younger, no white hair then. This was 2011. I think it was February. Maybe it was February, at the end of February, they typically ran it. I was in the first Tokyo Marathon in 2007. The course is different now than it was back then. I think the course now is faster than it was when it originally came out. And the public Tokyo Marathon was in 2007. That was the first one. They'd held marathons in Tokyo before because I guess events for the Olympics, things like this, world-class marathon events, but nothing that was really open to the public until 2007. And I was the first one. In fact, you could get into the Tokyo Marathon every year that they did it, because there weren't as many people applying. Now it's really hard to get in the Tokyo Marathon. So I am very happy to say that I will be running. I got in after the registration had closed, and we'll be working with one of the race sponsors to promote the Tokyo Marathon as well as other races around Japan with them. Pocari Sweat is the organization, the group Otsuka Seiyaku that I'll be working with, and I wanted to introduce the link in the description here and talk about it to a series of events that we're going to be doing before the race and then after the race. So there's 5 events here, and they're right now gauging interest to see what kind of interest there is in these events. I believe they're all free, but it's on a Google form. Hey, Laura's here, Saya. Nice to see everybody coming in here. These are my race shoes. That's crazy to see how young. I can't believe how much has changed in 15 years. These shoes could basically just fly away on their own. There's like there's no traction on these things. These are the Tokyo Meta Speed Edge. And I have to stick with ASICS products because, you know, they're one of the race sponsors as well. So I'm really excited to be running in these super light shoes, because the last time I did it, they were like blocks of steel on my feet compared to these things. So just by that, I'll probably run a little bit faster. I don't know how things are going to go. The training's going good. These events here, let me go over them really quickly, so then you guys have an understanding of what's going on. A couple of days before the event, if you are a runner of the Tokyo Marathon, you'll be able to join in on this. I believe it's all free again, but I think they're just gauging the interest here. Let me start off with the eligibility for these events. You must be a registered Tokyo Marathon runner, limited to 100 participants, first come, first serve. There's a recovery experience, which is limited to 20 people. I'll be at all these things as well. By participating, you agree to be photographed and filmed during the tour for marketing purposes. You're going to be on only in Japan, basically. So I'm going to do live streams on these to document our journey together, let's just say. So you get a chance to talk about it to the community and give your feedback as well. There'll be other people that aren't associated with Only in Japan that just want to go on a free trip, I guess. There's some really interesting talks and discussions we're going to do. But yeah, this is pretty exciting stuff here. So it starts off on February 27th on Friday. There's a morning conditioning seminar near Tokyo Station, a special pre-race program where you'll receive support from experts. I'm giving a talk then too. A special pre-race program will and prepare your body and mind to finish the Tokyo Marathon strong. The last marathon that I showed you at, I finished pretty strong. I was dancing at the finish line, so I was in good shape back then. I don't know about now. I think I'm okay. I think I'll be okay. On the 28th, this is the day before the marathon. We have a Pocari Sweat global running event. This is going to be so cool. In Yurakucho, Tokyo, we'll be running alongside Pocari Sweat fans from around the world. Includes a once-in-a-lifetime experience running on Tokyo's expressway, formerly closed to the public. This is normally closed to the public. This is a really cool opportunity, I think, and to get everybody together. I know there's a bunch of other meetups around Tokyo on the day before the event. Other YouTubers are also going to be doing influencer meetups. This is all really cool stuff. But this one is cool because we're working with one of the race organizers, and the fact that they're opening up an expressway is really cool. I think that they're doing this in waves as well. So we'll see what happens. They're getting just information on this right now, but I'm super stoked about this. This is my final run before the marathon, kind of get to loosen up a little bit, stay on edge. So you when the race starts, you feel this energy, I think, and this is going to be a build up to it. There's so much energy. There's nothing like it. One of these big marathons with tens of thousands of people, because you feel the energy. You hear the clippity clap, the pounding of the pavement from thousands and thousands of people. You receive so much energy from it, like taiko drums. It's just such an amazing thing. If you ever get a chance to run the Tokyo Marathon, it goes beyond just running in a race here. Let's look at some of the other stuff we'll be doing on this day. Oh, this is the second one. Hold on, let me get the first one first. After the marathon, March 2nd, from 2 p.m., there's a mind and body recovery experience in the Ikebukuro area in Tokyo. We only can do 20 people for this one. I think we probably won't get more than 20. I don't know, but there's a good chance you'll participate in this. And it's a recovery from the marathon fatigue. I think with Pocari Sweat and the group Otsuke Seiyaku, we really want to focus on hydration and recovery. And I think that's something that I'm very much into as well, like having harmony with the body. And the recover from the marathon fatigue with a unique Japanese experience featuring a Zen session by a renowned Buddhist monk who's coming here, in a traditional sauna and a complimentary lunch. So it's kind of a nice meetup that we can have where we all recover from the Tokyo Marathon in a Japanese way. And I want for people that are coming here to visit Tokyo for the marathon to have also a very Japan-based experience. When you come to Japan for a running vacation or a running holiday, I think it's pretty cool to add in things like this: visiting a temple or a shrine, having an opportunity to meet with locals here in Japan, talk to Japanese runners as well, go to a Japanese onsen or sauna, find ways to recover the way that the Japanese do it. And that's going to be really fascinating. I'm excited about that. So that's going to be the recovery run on the morning after, to about 2 p.m. I'll be there as well. And on the 3rd, it's a full day Discover Pocari Sweat tour. It's kind of cool. I love these. This is like a factory tour, right? A bus tour featuring a scenic relaxation stop with views of Mount Fuji and a visit to the Pocari Sweat factory, the promised land. This is the homeland of Pocari Sweat, to learn the story behind the drink. Lunch is not included. I guess you just bring our own bento on the bus, which is probably a better idea because you can pick what you want. You will need to arrange your own travel from Shizuoka. So the tour ends at Shizuoka Station. I'm probably going to jump on the Shinkansen and then just come back to Tokyo. That's a lot faster than riding the bus to get there. I got to be honest with you. I guess this is at our own expense. I'm okay with that because the bus tour and the factory tour in itself is pretty valuable. This is a pretty unique look inside of a factory that makes this Pocari Sweat, this sports drink, which is so cool. I'm looking forward to this. In order to do all of this stuff, though, you need to be a registered runner of the Tokyo Marathon. I don't know about family members, though. I'll ask them if family members can join, because that'd be weird if you're coming to Tokyo on a vacation and your family's coming to cheer you on to run the marathon. I think you'd want your family to come. I guess it just depends on availability. So we'll see how many people have interest in this and sign up for it. But it'd be really cool to meet your families as well. I also put the link in the description of this video where we're going to be doing a meetup. And those that are watching the Tokyo Marathon, you'll be able to track where I am. We're going to have a GPS tracker so you can film me or come in or scream at me, and I'll try to come over and say hi. I'll try. Come over and say hi, or at least give you a wave. Because one reason I'm trying to get in good shape is so that I'll be able to survive this and be able to have the energy to come over and say hi if I can. And if we can get a lot of people that film at different parts of the course, I'm hoping to put this all together in some kind of patchwork video at the end to show appreciation for everybody who came out and cheered for the runners. I've been going out to cheer the runners even though I don't get into the race, like almost every year, as often as I can. Usually I'm cheering on my friend Joseph Tame. This year I'll be cheering myself on and whoever happens to be around me. Maybe some of you guys. Some people contacted me through direct messaging. I'm looking for maybe 2 or 3 people that are coming to Tokyo for the marathon. I got some direct messages through Instagram. I'll try to find those and reply to you. But if you haven't heard from me, maybe send me another message. It'd be nice to come out and maybe even meet you at the airport and then kind of document your story on coming to Japan for a run vacation. I want to hear maybe other people's stories in this video that I make, which would be really cool. What do you eat before the race? What Japanese foods do you eat before the race? How did you prepare for the race? And then afterwards, how did you do in the race? I love seeing the before and after. What were your expectations? And did you hit that goal? You know, it's the great thing with the running videos, and I see more of them on YouTube, they're so inspirational because you get to see people that are out there doing something and achieving not like world records and things like that, but pushing themselves to the limit, and that inspires you to push yourself. You don't have to be a runner, but it inspires you to do more things within your own life. It doesn't have to be running; it could be walking, it could be eating. I don't know. It could be, visiting all 47 prefectures. But to push yourself to do bigger things is something I think that makes your life more fulfilled and more happy when you go out and you do something, make a goal. And I did a TED Talk on this maybe like 15 years ago. But having a silly goal or having any kind of a goal is pretty nice thing, Pretty nice thing. I'll take some questions here before we end this live stream, but there's a couple of other things going on in Japan right now. The elections, the economy, the treasury buyback, the economic meltdown. If you read some of the headlines on the YouTube videos, I'll probably talk about that either tonight or tomorrow in more of a podcast forum. I've got it all set up here if I turn the camera around. One second. Can we see that here? So I've got the podcast all set up for later on. Are you going to be at the Kyoto Marathon? No. I'm running one marathon. I'm running the Tokyo Marathon. I didn't get into the Kyoto Marathon, so I'm not going to run the Kyoto Marathon. But I think, Saya, what Japanese eat before the marathon? Pastas like Americans? I would assume like onigiri and more rice, donburi perhaps, maybe a gyudon, anything that help carbo load. I don't eat a lot of pasta, to be honest with you, since I came to Japan. Maybe soba, maybe, tsukemen. Tsukemen would be really good. Instead of pasta, I go for, udon-like ramen with a tsukemen dipping sauce, which is so good. A little bit of protein in there. But I'm sure what the Japanese eat before, I probably will make a part of this video where we talk about food, where we talk about the preparation for the marathon in Japan. It might be different. What kind of foods do the elite athletes eat? Do they go out and have a bowl of ramen? Do they go out and have like curry rice, which is what a lot of people in Japan eat? So this is going to be really fascinating to see how Japanese prepare for the marathon. How do they recover from the marathon? And I'll be adding that as well as doing live streams on these events. One of the reasons why this is great is because I get a chance to meet and spend some time with a lot of the other runners that are coming to visit, but also introduce how their experience was coming here to run in Japan. And I'm really fascinating to hear the feedback from that. So thanks for the question. I think the Kyoto Marathon has Mario theme or something. So I'm really curious to see how they're doing it. What I like about the Tokyo Marathon is that it's like just outside my door. I live in Tokyo. I don't have to go very far. So I thought you already completed 10 marathons. This is my 5th marathon. This is my 6th, but I got injured before my the 5th one in 2012. So I couldn't run it. I had plantar fasciitis. It was really bad. I just couldn't run at all. I didn't want to push it, which was a smart thing. But 2011 was the last marathon, which is 15 years ago. This marathon I'm running, I'm glad that you're bringing that up. I wish I'd run in 10 marathons. It feels like I did. The first marathon I ran, 2007. I'll do another update on this when we get closer to the marathon, because talking about marathon stories can be kind of interesting. Because we're not just talking about marathon stories, we're talking about Japan. I was an English teacher at the time, 2007. I was working at, I think, GABA, English language school, man-to-man, eikaiwa. I didn't have a lot of direction in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. So when I entered the Tokyo Marathon, I saw a poster in the subway, and I got into the Tokyo Marathon. After I got in and I paid for it, I go, oh crap. I got to train for this thing. I never trained for a marathon before. I ran in high school. I was in cross country. I ran in college, not intercollegiately. I did it for fun, but I always stayed in shape. I always was running, but not like 20, 30 kilometers, not 40 kilometers, 26 miles. The day before the race, I was so nervous. I was scared. I didn't know anybody who'd done a marathon, like in my orbit of friends. I'd met people when I was in college that ran marathons, because you meet everybody in college. But it had been years since I talked to somebody who'd run a marathon. This is Tokyo's first marathon, 2007. So I was scared to death. And then on the morning of it, it was cold. It's freaking cold. 2007. I didn't have any friends. I went by myself, and I woke up and I said, I don't know, maybe I'm just not going to go. Is it worth it? Maybe I'm just not going to go. And then I thought about, if I don't go, I'm going to regret this for the rest of my life. Just go and find out. You don't have to complete it. I'm psyching myself out. All right. So I ate breakfast. If you don't know what, I didn't know what to eat for breakfast. I think I had a couple of slabs of Wagyu and some rice. Not much, a little coffee. I got there. I think they only had 27,000, 10,000 less people were running. This is the first one. They had trucks. I put my stuff in the truck and they sent it to Big Site, which was the exit at the time. I was scared to death. I didn't know anybody around me. It was cold. I'm in shorts and I'm in short sleeve shirts. I'm just shivering at the starting line. And then they shoot the gun to go. And I said, oh crap, I'm really doing this. What did I sign up for? I run past there, and I feel like I'm in some sort of military parade. As I look to the left, there's the governor of Tokyo. Who is it? Ishiba. I forget his name now. It's not hitting. All the cylinders aren't working this morning. But I turn over there. Ishihara-san. Yeah, Ishihara-san. There's Ishihara-san like waving to everybody like he's the president of America or something, or the president of Japan, or president of like a major country. He's just a governor, but it was really cool to see it because you could see him clearly in his overcoat in the distance waving to all the runners. There was some confetti going, and you go through there and then you run. You just run. And I hit the wall like 23, 24 kilometers in, and once you hit the wall, it is hard to finish the marathon. You are fighting yourself for the next, 15 kilometers. And I survived it. And I was really proud of myself at the end of it. And at the end of it, I said, I'm going to do this next year and I'm just going to do better. It saved my life, because running for that Tokyo Marathon the first time in 2007 gave me discipline. It gave me structure in my life. It gave me something, a goal that I started, and then I just started adding more goals around it. It was a reset for my life in Japan. It really was. So I'm very grateful for it. The last Tokyo Marathon was in 2011. Yeah, Shintaro Ishihara. Thank you, Saya. The last Tokyo Marathon I did was in 2011, 15 years ago. What was really significant about the last Tokyo Marathon I did, that I got into and ran, was that it was days before the Great Tohoku earthquake on March 11th, 2011. This was before the entire world changed. My world changed about 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks, about 10 days after the Tokyo Marathon. And it was crazy. It was a pivotal time. So the last marathon I ran, the world was fine. Then very quickly after that, it was just turned upside down. The supermarkets were bare. People were really suffering. So many thousands of people had died in that earthquake and tsunami up there. We were all panicking because of radiation. We didn't know what was going on. There was a meltdown. Earthquakes left massive cracks and fires in Chiba just across from Tokyo. I had a lot of friends that were stranded. They couldn't get on trains. They ended up walking, some of them like 10, 20 kilometers to get back home because the trains were all down in the middle of the night. It was cold. March 11, 2011 was so cold. That marathon, I think it was a warm day and then it turned cold. I can't remember. 2011 was a fairly warm day, kind of early springish. So it was not a bad day to run a marathon. You kind of want a chilly day to run a marathon because you're sweating a lot, if not losing more energy. But I thought that it was really fascinating how, when I look back on it, how the world had changed so much since then. Yeah, there you go. So I'll share more questions about this. I've got the gels. I've got stuff with caffeine. I'm experimenting with the 360 camera. We're gonna film this and do a really good job with this video on the Tokyo Marathon for Pocari Sweat. I got a case of Pocari Sweat, by the way, like cases of this stuff. So maybe I'll do a meetup and I'll bring some of this with me and I can give you all of it because I don't know if I can drink all of it. They gave me some Calorie Mate and some really great Otsukase Yaku stuff. I love it. I drink the Eon water, which is the less sweet version of Pocari Sweat. I don't know if you guys know Eon water. This is ION water, which is really good stuff. Helps you with rehydrating and recovery. So I'll bring some of that stuff to the meetup, I guess. That's a good way to maybe clear out my living room. I don't have a lot of space for it. But I'd love to see you on these events here. If you go to the Discord server, this is where we're going to be I have a Tokyo Marathon 2026 group here, and I have a message with the Google Docs in there, as well as in the and the link to join the Discord server is in there. And for those that look at the description, there's UFO Bob's Discord server as well, and Strictly Dumplings. That's cool. So there's a link in there, and there's a link in the description of this video as well if you want to take a look at the form. If you're interested and you're running, I'd love to meet you. It'd be awesome to hang out on this tour, come out and hear me talk about the Tokyo Marathon, about my past experiences, how I rehydrate, how I prepare for this, and how I travel and run, and life in Japan in general. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, one more question here, and then we'll end this here. I could totally down some bottles of Pocari Sweat. I know I got like, Peso, you got to come here. I'll give you like a 6-pack if you want. I'll give you a 6-pack and a bag full of jellies and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I'm really happy that they sent that though, because I think the Otsukase Yaku team, they're so nice. They've been so nice. We had a meeting and we discussed how we're gonna do this with different cameras and how I'm staying in shape, trying not to get injured, but also be in good shape to film this in a good way. Dye your hair purple for the race. And I don't want to look like a protester. I'm okay. I'm not dyeing my hair. No nose rings or anything like that. I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate it though. I'm not really that flashy. I think that you're gonna see these shoes, so that's how you know I'm coming, I guess. These shoes, you'll see these. I don't know what the t-shirt looks like. I don't know. Maybe I'll have an orange t-shirt. Maybe I'll have a Pocari Sweat t-shirt. I don't know. I'll probably wear the headband. That seems to be my go-to. Maybe a tenugui on my head, so you can identify me running by there to keep the sweat off my brow. But I have this. Where is it? I have this Apple Watch that'll have 5G in it, and it's going to be tracking me. So if you are part of the group that contacts us through the Discord server, we're going to get everybody together. My assistant, Onishi-san, is going to be running headquarters, like the brain of the operation, giving people updates on where I am, what marker I'm at, tracking me live. But you should be able to see that following me along the course, which is going to be cool. And you'll be able to see me then, and I'll be able to see you, hopefully. But if we can work out, and especially if you're coming here for family watching, if we can work out where you're going to be, and I know in advance where you're going to be, I can at least keep that in my mind when I'm running. Because when you're running a marathon, you're kind of thinking of a lot of other things besides... actually, when I'm running, I'm basically getting the energy from the other people around me, and I'm watching everyone on the side cheering. Because what else are you going to look at, right? So I'm kind of watching, but I'm watching on the side of the road that the runners are on, not across the way. And usually these avenues are quite wide. So if you're across the street, it's really going to be hard to see you then. But you can usually navigate around the course by going underground, especially if you're near subway exits and entrances. So you can get underground and go across the street. That's how I usually do it. That's a lot of plants. I like to live in a jungle. By the way, these are all plastic. So, because I'm away at times, you just can't water all these. I got into the Kobe Marathon, but I couldn't do it because of the injury. I got in 2012. The Kobe Marathon I got into and I couldn't do it. And the Tokyo Marathon, I couldn't do it, which was really sad. Ask Tokyo Sam to join the marathon. I did. When we saw him, we went out for tacos. I'd love to get him to do the Tokyo Marathon. I think that'd be something that is a really life-changing thing. But maybe he can do it on motorcycle, or at least he could be somebody filming on the motorcycle or something. That'd be pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe he will do the Tokyo Marathon. I would not rule out anything is possible. You might one day see Tokyo Sam running in the Tokyo Marathon. Who knows? It's possible. It's possible. What's your family or friends' best place to watch the marathon? The finish line is on the Marunouchi side of Tokyo Station. I'm going to expect that it's going to be really crowded over there. So I would say if you're going to watch your family and you want to see them at the finish line, you probably best get there early. All right, especially if you want to see the pros go by there 2 hours after the gun. I bet you there's some people finishing. Ginza is always a great place to go because the avenues are very wide in Ginza. You have a really cool background as well because the streets look really cool. The streets in Ginza, it's interesting little side note. In 2007, the streets were all black. They painted the streets in 2008 and changed the color of the streets in Ginza, I think because of the Tokyo Marathon. And the streets had a little bit more bounce to it or something. I don't know. Well, they did something to the streets in 2008. But I think it was a result of the marathon. And it's a different experience. But the thing is, there's a lot of people. The course is 42 kilometers long, 42.195. So finding a place anywhere along the course is really cool. The chance of your family seeing you, though, is better if you find a place where there's less people. And then you talk about it in advance. You know, I'd love to do the Honolulu Marathon one of these days. It's one of those great sunrise races. My friend Joseph did it. It was in December. It's also a good build-up into the Tokyo Marathon. But, yeah, I would need a headlamp for that one. What's your family or friends' best place to watch? I think I answered that question. Thanks for asking again and again. Christian, I'm not going to be in the top 10. But I'm going to be in the top... I finished the marathon. The race, the clock time was 3 hours and 14 minutes. But my time from start to finish was 3 hours and 12 minutes. The reason is because it sometimes can take up to 5 minutes to cross the start line. Because once the gun goes off, there's so many people, it takes a long time to get the momentum to cross the starting line. So it took me 2 minutes to get to the start line. So my official time was 3 hours, 12 minutes, and I think it was like 39 seconds. I don't think I'm going to beat that this time. But I don't know. Who knows? So there's a warrior inside that just starts that wakes up. And if I pace it right, you don't really get tired. You just go through the entire pace and you finish the race pretty strong. I'm working on muscle training, building up the glute area. What am I talking about here? Strengthening my calf right now because it had gone through an injury. Calf strain, probably from dehydration. When I was in the U.S., I had a calf strain that took 3 weeks to really get over, but I've been doing cardio work and stuff, so I didn't completely lose a lot of stuff. But I'm a little bit behind in the training, but I can pick it up. I did a 23-kilometer run at 5 minutes per kilometer pace. So I'm in pretty good shape. I did a 30-kilometer run when I was in 2011, and that was the longest run. I think it was 32 kilometers. And I did it at a 5-minute pace, which is crazy, right, for a training run. And that's how I knew I was going to do well in the Tokyo Marathon, because my muscles were conditioned enough to get through it. But I've been running a marathon every single year, so my body was conditioned to run marathons. But 15 years later, I'm not in the same shape. So if I can do it, you can do it, kind of a mentality. I'm a marathoner who identifies as a motorcyclist. Thank you. Again, good luck. Thank you. That's really cool. Yeah, I think I would be a motorcyclist that identifies as a marathoner. If you watch the video on me riding a motorcycle, I fell a couple of times. But I think you get that out of your system, and I know to put my legs down when I stop the motorcycle. It just took a while. John Lopez is here. Nice to see you again. All right, guys, take care. If you have any questions about the meetup, if you're coming to Tokyo, you're going to be here March 1st. Come out and cheer on for the racers and come and cheer me on. I'll be running and filming for Only in Japan, and maybe you'll get in the video as well, or maybe you'll film me. We're going to have a place to upload any clips that you film of the Tokyo Marathon that I can add into the video, which is be really awesome. We're communicating on the Discord server. Again, the link to the Discord server is in the description of this video. There it is right there. And you can see we have a group, Only in Japan group right there. Tokyo Marathon 2026. You click that, there's the information, and I'll be updating this not every day, but as much as I can to give you information on things that's changed, updates on the video I'm planning, on where I'm going to be. And my assistant, Onishi-san, Emi, is going to be writing on here as well, so we can all stay in touch. And to see if I can take another picture like this and be as happy finishing a marathon as this too. Oh my God. You know what I did when I got home? I ordered a large Domino's pizza with like everything on it, and I had a 1 can of beer, and I slept for like 16 hours, and I woke up and I wasn't sore actually. It was the first marathon I ran. The next day I couldn't move for 3 days. Then the next time I couldn't move until the next day, and I had a really bad influenza. I guess I got sick. And then in 2011, the next day, I felt fine. That means I was conditioned and I was ready to run this marathon. But to be honest with you, I'm probably going to be struggling at the end. I don't know, but I'm going to make sure that I don't, and that's what training and preparing is for this. Great. Tomorrow I'm going to Gifu. I'm taking you guys with me. I'll do a live stream. I'm taking a very early morning Shinkansen. I'm going to Gifu to film. I'll be spending the night in Kyoto tomorrow night. So I'll be doing another live stream in Kyoto. And then tomorrow morning, on Friday morning, I'll be filming a little bit in Kyoto and then coming back to Tokyo. So we'll do some live streams. Maybe I'll be in Uji. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a live stream in Uji, which would be really cool. So thank you for subscribing to this channel, being an insider, joining the channel. You guys can see you have emoji in here. We're going to put in some running emoji, a couple of them, so that you guys have some things you could share. What's your favorite? Anyone, any members here? Can you share your favorite emoji? Hold on a second. I can show you mine. I think there's one with Leo in there. Here's my favorite one though. Here's my favorite ones. There you go. I put it right there. It should have come up. I got this. There's a funny dude, a crow, me going what the heck, and then beautiful kanai. 5-toed sloth bear's got the vending machine. I like that one too. Saya's going Kumamono. Hey Reita, that's me pre haircut there. That's all cool stuff. Thanks guys for being a member. I think it's like 99 cents or something to support the channel. So I appreciate it. And you have these, you get a little badge there to show how long you've been a member, supporting for $1 and or an insider for a little bit more. And yeah, I really appreciate it. I kept it at the lowest tier, like 99 cents, because it's just something fun for everybody. But this is going to be a great race. I'm looking forward to it. Just 2 more days to get the postcard. I got a couple on my desk here. I got about, I got to go get more. I have one Pandorobo stamp right there. That's the stamp. That's pretty cool. This is the one you'll get if you sign up like right now. And I gotta go get some more. I think they still have them. But you'll get a Pandorobo stamp on the postcard as well. I'll put that in the mail today for those that are signing up for the postcard. It's a snowed-in vending machine. And probably the one in March will be me running the Tokyo Marathon, right? Which would be really cool. All right, guys, take care. Thanks so much for the support. I appreciate it. I'll talk about the Japanese economy maybe tonight in a live stream, and then tomorrow morning I got to wake up really early. So expect some travel live streams tomorrow and Friday. And it's going to be a really eventful end of January for this channel. All right, take care. Stay warm because it is chilly out there. Mata ne.